So over to you, Chop Chom. Let's go.
So, the next recipe is my margarine-based red velvet cake recipe.
Margarine-based red velvet cake recipe. Did you get that? Margarine-based red velvet cake recipe. Take note now.
So for this recipe, we need 500 grams of flour, 400 grams of sugar, 500 grams of margarine, 500 grams of eggs, then 2 teaspoons of chocolate flavor, half cup of Hollandia plain sweetened yogurt, half cup of room temperature water, 2 teaspoons of red food color. So we are using excellent blend. 2 teaspoons of red food color to half cup of room temperature water. Then 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Then half teaspoon of baking soda. Then 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So I'm using the regular cocoa powder, the light one. But if you're using the Dutch processed, which is the darker one, you can reduce your cocoa powder to 1 tablespoon instead of 2 tablespoons. So now, this is my margarine, 500 grams. I'm going to premix it before adding my sugar. So now I'm going to form my red food color. So this is the half cup of water. Then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of excellent blend red food color.
Please be taking notes, don't forget. Margarine-based red velvet cake. Take notes.
So I'm going to stir it. So now it's time for me to add the sugar. So I'm using chocolate flavor because red velvet is a type of chocolate cake. The only thing is that it's red in color. You add red food color, but it's a type of chocolate cake. So I'm using chocolate flavor. So here I'm using the essence this time, not the extract.
Well done, girl. Well done. You're doing amazingly well. May the good Lord continue to renew your strength. God bless you.
So I'm using 2 teaspoons. Then I'll continue mixing. So for my dry ingredients, I've already sieved the flour. So I'm going to sieve in the baking powder, the cocoa powder, and the baking soda. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Then half teaspoon of baking soda. Then my 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. If you're using the dark cocoa powder, the Dutch process, 1 tablespoon, so it doesn't affect the color of your red velvet. So now I have to stir the dry ingredients. So I'm going to use a jug. I'll now add my red food color. Then I'll pour in my yogurt.
Aim shots.
Then I'll mix it together to get this red
Aim
mixture.
shots.
So now I have the dry ingredients, the eggs, and the red mixture. So the reason why we're not adding salt to this recipe is because our Tarona margarine already has salt in it. But if you're using unsalted butter for this, you can now add salt, 2 teaspoons as well. So now I'm going to scrape the side of my mixing bowl. So now it's time for me to add the eggs. So I'll be adding it gradually, one at a time or till all goes in.
Well done, Chop Chop. We'll see you. We'll see you. Well done, Chop Chop.
So you keep adding the eggs till all enters. Then afterwards, I'll now add the dry ingredients gradually. So I'm using medium speed to mix the batter. So I have to scrape the sides of my mixing bowl.
The 7th recipe, Margarine-based red velvet cake. Are you there? The 7th recipe. And on the 7th day, Jesus rested. But I promise you, Choma is not resting. Well done, well done, well done. The 7th recipe. I hope you're taking notes.
in. Then the last ingredient that I'll now pour in is the red mixture. So now I'll start adding it gradually. So I'll reduce the speed of my mixer. And I'll be adding it gradually till all enters.
Don't worry. The cake batter is ready. Margarine based red velvet cake.